My name is Ari Zizzo. I'm a sophomore at SUNY Purchase College. Obviously, here we are. I'm a studio composition major. I am senator of Outback, and I am happy to be here today. Yeah. So, I'm doing a lot of stuff on campus. As I mentioned before, I'm a senator. So I do a lot to try and make this campus better than it already is. And one of the things that I've been working on is starting a fraternity chapter on this campus. It's been in the works for about a year, give or take a few months maybe. But we basically tried to start something that was new and would add to this campus something that's never really been done here before. I would say there are multiple benefits to having a fraternity or sorority on campus. I mean, it's something that you don't get to experience really after college. I mean, you join an organization, a Greek organization, for the rest of your life pretty much when you become part of it. But, it's something that you're only really surrounded by in college, and I think it really adds to that experience of college. It's something that this school, again, has never had before, and I think this school has, I guess, a lack of, like a real sense of community. There are a lot of clubs and organizations on campus that are awesome and do great things, but it's really hard to really find them. It's kind of hard to find friends if you don't already know people here, and I think this would add kind of an element of diversity to this campus. It would be a way to start something that isn't normally viewed as inclusive or even good, and we could make it something that's really special for Purchase, that's run by Purchase students and is as inclusive as it can be for a fraternity. Fraternities offer a lot of connections to community service stuff, charity, fundraising. I think our three main charities that we work for are American Heart Association, the Judy Fund, which is for Alzheimer's research, and Pediatric AIDS Foundation. But aside from those, you can pretty much pick any charity and host events and fundraisers for those charities. So it's a really wonderful way to raise money for any cause that you believe in. And community service is obviously essential. And it's something me and my other brothers are very passionate about. We're going to be doing a lot of community service work around campus and outside of campus. And one of the great things is that you don't have to be a actual member of the fraternity to go and do these things. I mean, you can literally be anyone and come with us and do these things. They're really, really great opportunities to get out and do some good service. Before I came to Purchase, me and my best buddy, his name's Juan Torres, he's our treasurer. I'm our vice prior, which is vice president. But we had this whole kind of idea of what college was going to be like in our head before we got here. And when we did get here, we loved it, but we felt that something was really missing. And we met a bunch of other guys who also thought that, including Greek life here would kind of add something, kind of spice things up here, just having the option here. And I think that it would provide students with, a sense of feeling, I guess, included in something. I mean, we've already made so many tight bonds with the guys that have come in this year being interested in and becoming part of this chapter, and with the guys that we've been working with for a year. I think it's a really special thing to have. I think one of the really big things that we've done with this fraternity is we've changed a law that allows trans guys and male identifying people to be able to join this, and that's not something that you'd find at a lot of schools. I think a lot of trans men get really intimidated and scared of your typical frat guy, and the fact that we have something in the works here that would allow people who maybe went through a lot of bullying or something in high school that really made them feel inferior and insecure. We have something here where they can come in and really feel like a guy, like a real like dude, I guess. I mean, I think people are always afraid of what they don't know. People are always afraid of what they don't know. The media kind of portrays Greek life as this really big, bad, scary thing. And that's not to say that there are plenty of chapters of certain organizations that have really done horrible things. Actually, my mom lost her brother to a fraternity hazing incident when he was my age. So, I've grown up in a household that hasn't really been like pro-Greek life. And that's yet another reason why I'm so passionate about doing this, is we really want to change the way that people view Greek life. We want to show that there can be chapters of these organizations that really do good work, not just for their communities and not just in service and fundraising, but like just for students, for like that trans guy that doesn't quite feel enough of a guy to be a part of anything. That's not the case anymore, or just any guy that feels like they have trouble making friends. They can come and be a part of this, or just come hang out with us, and it's great. And we invite really anyone to come and hang out with us. Even if you're not looking to be an active member in an organization, like we're trying to be here for everyone. 2 weeks ago, me and my friend, my brothers Austin and Juan, we set up right over there. We set up our flag, and we printed out a bunch of posters that we had made to try and see if people would come up to us and talk to us and just ask us any questions they want, just get to know us, because things on the open forum get pretty crazy whenever something's posted about the fraternity, and we were tired of people sitting behind their computer screens and just kind of attacking each other. It's like we want to be out here and show this campus that we care about everyone on this campus and want people to get to know us. We want to be as transparent as possible. So we sat there for like four hours, and we had a lot of guys come up to us and a lot of girls come up to us and just talk to us, ask us questions, take posters, and it was going really great until kind of toward the end, where there was a group of individuals that came and they sat directly across from us. And I was familiar with a few of them just through open forum and stuff, and they came and they started like smacking their legs and banging on things like really loudly every time we would try to talk. And I went out with my guitar, and so I was just kind of jamming with my friend. And even when I was like playing and singing and stuff, they were still banging and like protesting. But kids still came up and talked to us regardless, which was nice. But it was really frustrating because they didn't even approach us or attempt to even just like debate with us. They didn't even come up to us or try to have a conversation. They just wanted to make noise, and it hurts us. It really sucks, because we come out there, we put a lot of work into this, just to have these kids kind of, they just make noise. It's pretty much all they do, whether it's on the internet or it's literally right in front of our faces, but they never really take the time to come and do their research on what we're trying to do and be open-minded to what we're trying to do. It's definitely frustrating. We don't have the funding for a house, nor are we concerned with getting a house. We all live in the dorms. We have a couple guys living in the apartments, but again, our goal is not to be that typical fraternity. We want to do something different, as I've said like 1,000 times. A house is not necessary to provide service to this community and people outside of this community. We still go to parties and whatever, just because we're students in college. But having this organization on campus wouldn't really change anything, like other than the fact that we would be able to run things with more ease. Right now, we're not recognized by the university, and to be honest, we probably won't be recognized by the university because of a bylaw that states that you can't discriminate based on gender, and unfortunately, because we can't allow female identifying or female biologically cis female students into our chapter, that's technically discriminating, although I hate using that word. We aren't people that discriminate based on gender. Well, one of the problems with Greek life in certain parts of this country is it's been on campuses for so long. Like take a school like Auburn, for example, in Alabama. A lot of schools, like big schools in the South, have had a Greek system on their campus for like 100 years, for a long, long time. And so when those organizations first began working on those campuses, it was during a time where we were not as progressive, and so their history, I guess, is what kind of kills them in the end. It's the guys kind of join those organizations to say that they're in those organizations, and they do it for the partying, and they do it for all the money that they have and all that stuff. And it's kind of frustrating to see, because those are the guys that really get attention in the media. They also haze, and they take hazing way too far. Instead of putting guys to work, like having them do things to prove themselves, as intelligent and motivated kids, they just put them through pain and see how many punches they can take and how many beers they can chug, as if that makes them more of a man or something. It's really sad to see, and we hate hearing about stuff like that. There are even chapters within our own organization that have done some pretty messed up stuff. Last year there was a chapter in Michigan, where a few of the brothers of that chapter went to a ski resort, and along with another fraternity and sorority, they just trashed the place and caused tons of damage. And our organization shut them down like a week after it happened. But it's like stuff like that make us want to start things differently here. This is a campus where everyone is very open-minded, I guess, and progressive. We have so many different kinds of people here. It's so diverse, and I feel like this would be a perfect place to try and create a chapter that's safe and as inclusive as it can be. As I've said earlier, we don't haze. We're anti-hazing. We're starting this in 2015 as opposed to like 1900. So things are very different in this day and age. And I just think that if we can show this campus through service that we do, and through the guys that we recruit into our chapter, that we can be responsible and safe, that they'll hopefully calm down with attacking us. They just generalize us a lot. You can't compare us to chapters of fraternities that have been around for like 80 years, that are like 200 men strong, that have a house with 37 bedrooms and live on a campus with 40 other fraternities and sororities. It just doesn't make sense. So I think as the year goes on and we get more funding and have more events, that hopefully kids will quiet down and maybe even come and hang out with us and host events with us. The fuck frats shirts, I don't like seeing them. I think they're kind of obnoxious. I understand where the kids are coming from. We had a barbecue event, like kind of a social event, I guess, a couple weeks ago, where we had people come. We bought burgers and hot dogs and soda and stuff, and we're hanging out, and a couple kids came to our event with their fuck frat shirts and showed us the, not really like petition that they were signing, but like the agreement to why they were wearing that shirt. And basically they stated that they were exercising their First Amendment, and which is fine. Obviously they have a right to do that. And basically stating that this was not a personal attack on us, that it was them stating that they really don't like the institution that is Greek life. And I get that, and I respect that, and if I could change things about Greek life as an institution, I absolutely would, but that's what we're trying to do here. We don't have anything except for me and my 11 other brothers on this campus. So by wearing those shirts, we do take that personally, because we are the only fraternity on this campus, and we get enough crap from kids as it is. So to see kids wearing Fuck Frat shirts, with all the work that we've put in and all the communicating we've tried to do with this campus, it hurts. But, I can't stop people from having their opinions, and I respect everyone for having their opinions. They can wear their shirts as much as they want. I'm still going to wear my letters. One thing that really frustrates me is a lot of kids say that we threaten their safety. A fellow senator of mine and I created a survey to see, basically to see what we could do about making kids on this campus feel safer, like put more lights on the pathways to going to the new or just around, put more cameras in the parking lots, like things to kind of prevent, more like sexual assault and stuff from happening. And a lot of the responses we received were like, fuck Greek life, please disband the frat, this frat makes me feel unsafe. And it really, really bothers me because I get and respect where these kids are coming from, but we have done nothing to threaten anyone's safety. We've had a barbecue, we've sat at some tables and tried to talk to people, and that's literally it. We don't have it in us to harm anybody. That's not why we're doing this. And I feel like these kids just want to fight to fight. They just want to be angry at something. It sucks. It's crazy. We wanted to start a fraternity instead of a club because a fraternity would stand out. As I've said, it would be adding something new and different to this campus. There are plenty of clubs on this campus, and they're fun and they're cool and they host fun events, but they don't really do any service. And they don't really, it's not that they don't add to this campus. Of course they add to this campus. Those kids, they work really hard to run those clubs. But by adding this entirely new element of college experience to this college in a newer and safer way, that's making a difference. We're taking something that most people would view as bad and trying to make it good, trying to tailor it to this community. I know a lot of kids came here because there wasn't Greek life, but what if they knew that the one fraternity chapter that they did have on campus did tons of amazing community service projects, tons of amazing charity fundraisers, had really fun events, were inclusive of trans guys. It's little stuff like that would make Purchase an even more unique place. They only have one fraternity chapter, but they're made up of a bunch of trans guys or just a bunch of really awesome guys that do all this awesome stuff, and they don't haze, and they raise a ton of money for X, Y, and Z charities. We want to do service here. We want to we also want to add to, I guess, again, add to this community and make it feel like more of a community. We want to create things that bring everyone from all sorts of clubs and all sorts of whatever together in a way where they can, meet new people and, experience doing really good service instead of just having parties at the Stewed and all that stuff. I mean, we've gotten and we have a ton of, hate toward us on this campus, but we really, really, truly believe in what we're doing, and we have put so much time and energy and work into this that to back out of it would be stupid. It would have all been a waste of our time. We want this here. We really think that it would benefit a lot of students. We think that it would really benefit this campus, and if we wanted to do this for the parties, we wouldn't still be doing this. Why would we push this hard just to have an organization backing us so that we can have parties? We're in college. Everyone has parties. We have parties anyway. We would have parties anyway. Everyone does, But this is something we're really, really serious about. I mean, me and one of my brothers traveled to Phoenix, Arizona this summer, and paid out of pocket, saved up all summer to go to our fraternity's national convention to learn more about how to run this in a safer way, in a more organized way, because we really want to make this the best that it can be for this campus. And we learned a lot of really awesome stuff and met a lot of really amazing guys, saw how diverse our organization is, and we just really think it would be cool to have here. we wish we could be inclusive of, every gender and those who don't identify as a gender. But there's only so much we can do within this organization that allows us to be as inclusive as we can. I guess, as I said, we can have trans guys in this, which is that's big. That's awesome. We are kind of urging a few of our friends to start other Greek organizations that are gender neutral, which we didn't know about going into this. And had we known about those, we probably would have reached out to them. But not everything in life is inclusive, and this is not something that would be run completely under the radar and in secret. We don't do that stuff. Our Facebook page is open to the public. We come out on this campus publicly and try to speak to people. We are as transparent as can be. So no, we are not pushing for this to have parties and be bros and stuff that's. If we wanted to do that, we wouldn't need a fraternity to do that. We just think that this could really add something special to this campus, and having purchase students running it would make it extra unique and extra special. One of the things that I would definitely want to see happen is that more of our campus works together with us on doing things for this school, on hosting events, on picking charities and hosting fundraisers. I want to be in a place where we're considered part of the team. We're kind of this outsider that keeps trying to work their way in and gain support from students, and it's been really hard. So I think by the time I'm a senior, it would make me really, really happy. It would make me really, really happy to see that we have a lot more members, and to see that the student body accepts us more and wants to work with us more. I also want to see us raising more money for charities and doing more service, which I think will definitely happen. I would just like to say that I'm sorry to the kids that really feel that we threaten your safety. I urge you to come and talk to us and give us ideas and get to know us better, get to know our organization more, and come to our events, give us ideas, work with us on events, do things with us. We're not here to hurt anybody. That is not our goal. If we really wanted so desperately to be a fratty bro and all that classic stigma crap, we would have gone to a different school. And again, I didn't come here to start this. I came here because I'm a singer-songwriter and I love music, and the music department here is amazing, but I thought that this campus could use something different, use something new. So I really urge people to come and hang out with us, come to our events, give us ideas. We want you guys to help us run this because, we need more love. We need more help from you guys. We really want this to work and really think it would be an awesome thing for Purchase College.